We're here for a summer update in the Katie's garden. We planted it up in April, we're now in July, and it's just such a transformation. We're so pleased with it. It has all gone racing up. Despite the difficult weather we've had, you know, it's so pleased with it. So one of the slower ones to establish has been the lavender bed. So at the moment, you know, you still don't get that good an idea of the habits of them, but you can see all the different types of flowers. So it's a really good showcase to help you choose, and it helps us to see as well. Got the deeper colours, we've got the paler ones, some of the flowers are taller, the pinks, the whites, been ever so bee friendly, so that's been really good to see. But we will be keeping this in to see how they all mature and get into full size. The Nepeta bed has been another very interesting one for us, because there are lots of different new Nepetas, the catnips that have come out, and we have to say, probably not worth it for a lot of them. I mean, actually two of the older ones, which a lot of people know, there is the Six Hills Giant and there is Walker's Low, and spot the difference, because really they have grown pretty much the same height, same flowers. Between them is a new variety, Junior Walker, which again, indistinguishable. But we do like some of the other ones. We've got different ones like the Persian Blue, Kit Kat. Again, been incredibly bee friendly, and certainly a learning experience for me. This is the true catmint plant. Did not realise it gets so enormous, so worth bearing in mind. That definitely needs a lot of space. Our Chelsea chop bed, this was done about 5 weeks ago. Half the bed got cut by half, the other half was left. And that's interesting again to see, because we have found a lot of the plants, it really hasn't made any difference at all. Leucanthemums, the Achilleas, the Heleniums, they've all come out in flower at the same time. They're about the same height. The Heleniums, we've noticed they still needed staking. There are a few where it is a big difference, and that's mostly in these taller Rudbeckias. You can really see that's down there, and over there it's up here. And the sedums, much stockier, stronger plants. So we'll keep watching on this to see if the uncut ones, if we have problems with them flopping around. The nemerosa bed, that's the one that is going to be getting a Hampton Hack imminently, although it's not a Hampton Hack bed. Again, been very bee friendly. It's been really interesting for us to see the different colours, the differences in all the flowers of them. So nice good showcase for us, and we will be trying out Hampton Hack on that. The real big star of the show at the moment is Lisa Calver's Food for Thought bed, which had been due to go for the BBC Gardeners World Live. Instead, we've got to enjoy it instead. So that will be here till the end of August. And again, that has been a real wow factor for the garden, especially having the extra structure in it. So it's been good for us to see height. People always say that, garden design, that's what you need, a bit of height. And she's got the lovely structure, and been very popular again with the pollinators coming to visit, which was her plan all along. Along the back, just to showcase, we have the plants for poor soils and the Vigorous Perennials. So a lot of them, it's good for us to see, and we hope it's good for everyone else to see, because a lot of these are plants that don't do well in a pot. They don't look very impressive. So here you can see what they do, and I think on the whole they've been pretty happy. Definitely the biggest transformation in the garden is the seed beds. These are slow to grow. It was an experiment for us to try out. So in May time, this was just a bare bed. We sowed the seeds in it, and now, ta-da! It looks amazing, and it has been buzzing with bees. This half is flowers for cutting, so we will start now cutting them. We're going to get to enjoy them, put them in vases, in jam jars, and we'll see if that encourages them to keep on coming. The back half is the bee friendly mix, and that is definitely buzzing. They definitely like that. We do think, looking at it, we probably oversowed, but I said it's all a learning experience for us. But these are from mole seeds, and it's something we're thinking about whether we want to start selling from next year. Another of our showcase beds is the plants for cutting. So with our range of annuals that we've done for the last few years, we've also bulked it out with a few shrubs which are popular with the flower rangers, and hopefully we might get to make use of them ourselves. The next bed is another trial bed. That's the Flourish plants. We have all sorts of things in our awards club for people to spend their points on. These are some of the newer ones, so we get to see how they do, as well as all the Flourish members. Our showcase trial bed here is the Salvias. These are the woody stemmed type. They've been incredibly popular the last few years. There's more and more come out all the time. Hot Lips is the kind of the original that everyone know. Lots more besides. So we're trying a lot of them out, new to us, to see which ones perform well, which ones have got the nice strong habits, which ones flower well, have good shapes, and just really have pretty flowers. So on the whole, we've been very pleased with these. Interesting to see Blue Monrovia, one we've had for several years. That has more of a sprawling habit, but we think it's just something you need to be aware of, and then you can just embrace it, because it is a very nice colour, but it doesn't have that stockiness that most of the others do. And these will soon be due, a Hampton Hack, which involves cutting them by half. That encourages fresh flowering, and it also keeps them neat, because if you never cut these, they just end up very messy plants. So going to be doing that at some point in July, maybe even August, because they have been freshly planted. They're still flowering quite nicely at the minute. We have begun Hampton Hacking, the actual Hampton Hack bed. So we put in a selection of perennials here. As with the Chelsea chop, it's been planted in duplicate, so same plants there and there. So the back half we're going to leave uncut to see how they perform without any interference from a gardener. These ones we have now started in mid-July cutting back, but we will give them their chance. We're not going to be too ruthless on it. But the penstemons are ones that are cut by half because they're evergreens. They keep their structure through the year, so you wouldn't brutally hack them. Whereas things like the lupins and the delphiniums, the geraniums, because they do die down in winter, that shows us what they need doing, which is a chop right down to the ground, and that should encourage them to come up with fresh leaves and hopefully fresh flowers as well. So we've really been enjoying ourselves with the garden, getting to see all the plants grown up, because as a nursery we only really see them as babies. Just trying to make sure we're doing everything right and that we're growing the plants that really do well. So we hope you can all come and have a visit.